Morning everyone, happy Memorial Day. Today is finally the day I can clean up and coat the 992 Turbo S. So we're gonna do that today. I'm gonna try to also wash the Hummer and maybe the M4. I've been putting some miles on these cars here recently, so I put about 100 on the 992, a couple hundred on the M4, maybe about 100 on the M4 actually. And I just need to get them cleaned up and coated. But today I want to focus on the 992 and I'll give you guys a tour around the car as well. I'm gonna start today with a dry foam. The car's not very dirty, so it's probably not necessary, but we'll do it anyway.
Sit down. I have to say, it's wonderful to see so many people out here tonight, especially in a neighborhood so hard hit by the first time. Here's the deal.
Got that guy done. Got TMNT on the tube. We're gonna dry it off the right way. God, she cleans up so good. I'm gonna move it over here by the ladies. Yeah, kept my little, these crazy expensive little key cover things. You pop off the factory plastic ones, put on these painted plastic ones. Matches the car. All right, now that I dried it and I did a coat of graphene CS3, I'm gonna do a coating of the graphene ceramic spray coating. They have this stuff and the advanced. I haven't quite used up this stuff yet, so I haven't started the advanced, but we're gonna use some of this up here today, and I thought I would film the application process. It's quite simple. You want to work one panel at a time. Give yourself an applicator pad like this. Douse it, and then I'm going to just do the center here. Cover it kind of like you would a wax. And this stuff you can put on all surfaces, so glass, plastic here, the lenses. And I'm just putting it on a PPF film. So I'm protecting the protectant, if you will. I'm going to get it in all the nooks and crannies. That's what's the benefit about using a pad like this. Sometimes I'll go around and I'll use a microfiber towel, but the towel absorbs so much of it, you can't get as accurate as you can with something like this. That's not a race, you don't have to go fast. Just want to make sure you get nice even coverage. So do crosshatch motions if you can. Ensuring that you get everything nice and thorough. After about 1 minute or so, depends on your climate. You know, in here I'm fortunate enough to have it's not sunny, it's not, you know, I'm not getting pollen and stuff landing on the paint. So it'll flash pretty quick. You might not be able to see. Let me get it on for you. You might be able to see it in black. Once it flashes, it gets kind of rainbow looking. See that? That's basically how you want it to look. I'm gonna give it another 30 seconds because it's not quite there. But you don't want it to dry, like right here, it's starting to, see? All right, focus ain't working that well. But it's starting to dry, you don't want that to happen, so you want to make sure this is why you work one panel at a time, so you can buff that off. Just take the towel, pull it in squares, and just polish it off like you would wax. What this will do is it'll leave behind a really surprisingly thick coating of protection. Like it'll feel like getting kind of sticky. And as you buff it off, see my hand just slipped up there because I got it sticky. As you buff it off, it gets nice and smooth. Just work that in there. Flip the towel. And now she's nice and smooth. And again, that'll leave behind a nice coating of SiO2 hydrophobic properties, so when it rains or gets its next bath, and then just sitting here getting dusty, you'll have an artificial layer between, you know, the atmosphere, pollen, bird poop, rain, whatever you want, and your paint. So, and it doesn't last forever. It's not a true, I mean, it is a ceramic coating, but it's not one of those ones that, you know, the paint needs to be extremely flawless. You got to ISO prep it and do all this other stuff. It's just like a Weekend Warriors quick way of putting a ceramic type coating on your car. But then it'll last. I mean, every winter I wash and store these cars. I put this on there when I bring them out the next year. For example, like the ZL1, or what's a good example? The R8. I washed that not too long ago. But before that, I was driving it, and yeah, it got dirty. But when I washed it, it cleaned right up very quickly. That Hummer I'm going to do today, That thing's just been trashed and getting rained on, bugs everywhere. And I'm gonna wash it today after this, and if I film it, I probably will. We'll see how well that beads off and how easy it is to clean up. So that's the purpose of this, is to protect it, keep it nice and hydrophobic, makes it easier to clean next time. And in addition to all that, it brings out a real nice shine. You probably can't tell because it's silver, but this is very clear right now. And it'll only get clear after about 4 hours of curing. So yeah, I'm gonna do that to the whole car. And I'll pick it back up when I'm done. My back hurts. If you watched my channel in the last year or two, you will remember a car just like this that I had in the stable. In fact, it was January 27th. I made a huge mistake. I traded my 2021 version of this. I traded 2020, yeah, it was a 20 Hellcat jailbreak red eye wide body, and I think it might have been a 22, and then I think it was a 2023 ZL1 Camaro. And so I had this car for just over 2 years, not this one, but the one I'm talking about. And I was an idiot, and I took those 3 cars and I traded them towards a BMW M8. The reason I did that is because I wanted to get down from 3 car payments down to 1. Like an idiot, I'm watching the cars pull out with the dealership. I'm like, man, I'm like reaching for them back. I need those things back. I was stupid. Contacted the dealership that bought them. They were not willing to work with me on buying them back, even though I offered them a little bit of premium just to get them back. So I had to start over. That's how the GT500 came to be, and that's how that Aston Martin Vantage came to be. And I'm trying to, like, rebuild my collection. I'm trying to replace the ZL1 with the ZL1, replace the Challenger with the Challenger, replace the Turbo. Anyway, so I'm accumulating these cars, and during all this, I get put on this waiting list for the 911. Now I'm on the list for I was on the list for a Turbo S, a GT3, a 3RS, even like a 4RS or a Carrera 4 with like a aero kit. I think that'd be cool. So while waiting for this, I found another dealership. You guys remember peak of COVID, Challengers, now everything, all these high-end cars were going for just way over sticker, way more than they're actually worth. I ended up okay financially on them, which is probably why I was able to get these ones the replacements pretty quick. But finding a dealership who was willing to sell the Challenger at MSRP was pretty much impossible. You can't find a GT500 at MSRP right now. And this one I've done in other videos, but you guys know I got that one at MSRP or a slight discount. Dark Horse got a discount. Anyway, for a while there, all these used cars were going for way over what they were when they were new. It was tough to find a dealership that was willing to sell any one of them at sticker. I got lucky on the Challenger, I got lucky on the Camaro, and I got lucky on this one, even though it took about a year for my allocation slot to come into realization, because there is, a list that people get on that grants them access to build something like this. So it was a little over, about a year and a half actually, is what it took. Oh, no, not that long. Yeah, actually, it was about a year and a half for me to be on the list for an allocation. This was supposed to be like a GT3 or a 3RS or something like that, but they bumped me up for a Turbo S to replace it. So almost a year and a half later, finally got the car back in the stable. And this one's a little bit different. I'll show you around. I built this car, I'm sure some people watching here, you guys build these cars online. I built this 100 times, and it's very similar to what I had. There's just 1 or 2 minor differences. So this is a 2024 911 Turbo S 992 generation. The 992.2 is coming out pretty soon. And this one is finished in GT Silver Metallic. It's powered by a 3.8 liter Boxer 6 motor, putting about 640 horse, I want to say. All-wheel drive, so it's a lot of 600. That thing over here is like 700 something, which is more than this, but this is all-wheel drive, and it really puts you back in your seat. I haven't powdered on this yet, so it's got a little less than 100 miles on it, but I have on my other one, and it was crazy. One of the first options I selected is that Sport package, which comes with this little, part that comes up on the wing, and this is a different color. And that's kind of like, going from like a 1LZ to 2LZ to a 3LZ or a ZL1, you get that Sport package. It comes with many features that would otherwise have been an option, a la carte. You have to select them individually, but that Sport package comes with a lot of that stuff. Like, for example, I believe it makes you pick a exhaust package just from selecting that option. It comes with different wheels and things like that. I did keep the ceramic brakes yellow, only because it's kind of a shout out to my mom. Her favorite color is yellow, and I always thought the way silver and yellow looked attractive, so I brought that in on the inside, but I'll show you that here in a little bit. I do wish that this little part here could have been done in carbon fiber, but I don't mind. I hate I don't mind the contrast, but I hate gloss black. Like here, this is all PPF, but you can probably see the group who put the PPF on here for me. I believe it's Skip Chips, St. Paul, Minnesota, something like that. Bloomington, Minnesota, one of those two. They did an awesome job compared to the first group that did this. It wasn't Solar Shield, my normal guys, but it was another version of them. And they did okay, but Skip Chips did a really great job. So these wheels come with that sport package, and I believe like this is an option. This is like a $3,000 option. This carbon fiber roof. I think that comes with a sport package. I'm pretty sure that comes with a sport package. I would have wanted to select that because I do like all the carbon fiber accessories, but that comes with it. So it's kind of a no-brainer. One option is these headlights. Oh yeah, you'll see here when I took delivery of it, these were that amber colored. I had the dealership swap those out for me while I was in finance. But anyway, this is another option, is those LED headlamps with, I forget the name, it's something, it's like, well, I guess it's just Porsche LED matrix system in black. It's like a $800 option, although I think it's worth it because it looks really sharp. One thing that's different about this one compared to my other one is I'm not sure I would do it again with this little carbon fiber triangle. I think that was black in my last one. I think I would have done black if given the option. I'm not sure why I selected that this time. It doesn't look bad, but I don't know. I think it would have looked better if it was unfortunately gloss black like this. I had this wrong in my first video, but I'm pretty sure these are 10 piston caliper brakes. Just giant, massive rotors. Yeah, this car is so sweet. For those of you who are ever in the position to have to charge one of these, it's all done through the front bonnet here. You open that up, pop off this little piece, and then there's a lithium battery that you got to hook up right there. I do not suggest the Porsche charger. I had the Porsche charger in this place. Once in a while there's a power surge, so everything resets. And those Porsche chargers don't like to play nice when you have a power surge, but the C-Tech ones, the C-Tech lithium ones, work out really nice. I haven't had any issues. My other one I had to jump start with. We have a jump start around here. I had to jump start that like 3 or 4 times. It was really stupid. Here's another option on the outside. Little unique gas cap, of course. This is an option. To me, it's the only way to go. It's the light package where it smokes out the strip on the back. I think it looks a lot nicer. Otherwise, this whole line right here would be kind of a red like that. I don't know if it's as bright as that. I think it looks better all smoked out. You can change this if you want. You can remove it. You can change it to just say 911. You can have it be body colored. I think it looks nice as a contrast with black, especially because the rear diffuser here and stuff is right there. I do think this would have looked nice with quad exhaust, but I don't know, I like how nice and open they are. Or even centered would be sweet too. It sounds okay. You guys probably heard it earlier. It's not the best, but I mean, sounds clean. On the inside, this is where things got a little expensive. You know, even like these, this matte carbon fiber illuminated door sill, or this matte carbon fiber trim here, or the GT steering wheel with the matte carbon fiber. But here's some of that yellow you can see I brought into the inside. Of course, had to do the seat belts in yellow. I was gonna do the stitching. I kicked myself for not doing it in the last one, but I decided not to do it in this one. What is this? Yeah, you get up there. You don't need to be out there that much. Of course, got to save all 3 seat settings because nobody but me is driving this car. I did kick myself for not doing the yellow stitching on the last one, but I think deviated stitching, because you know this is done on there's a lot of hands-on in the production for the Porsche assembly line, but it is a lot of automated stuff. And to take this part off the rail and put yellow stitching seats, it was like, don't quote me, it's several $1,000s, like $6,000 or $8,000 or $10,000. That's a lot, but it's a huge difference just to have different color stitching, and I just couldn't put myself to doing it. Plus I didn't want a whole lot of yellow because this would have all been yellow too. I don't know, it looks great on the Aston Martin. That's got contrast stitching, but I don't know, I just didn't think it was worth it to me. I did do some additional options here, like the leather casing on the steering column. That was an option. The extended leather on the dash. Otherwise, no, I did not do that. There's 2 options. There's the dash leather, there's a leather dash, and there's like an extended one which brings the leather out to here. I mean, this door is shut all the time, so you're never gonna see that, so I'd like not to do that. But I did do, they call it Porsche Race Tex on the seatbelt section here. See this line? Got terrible lighting. There's a line right here that houses the seatbelt. I did that in Race Tex, as well as mirror housing in Race Tex. Hopefully you can see that. And I think the mirrors are optional as a Race Tex. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they are. Everything else is pretty much the same. Cooled and heated seats is an option. It's got the nice, I don't have my key in here. It's got the nice infotainment system. See, only almost 89 miles on it. Drove to work a few times. I also did, this is a option, the Burmester audio. I'm huge in the audio. I really wish the Hummer audio system didn't suck. The Burmester audio system is very nice. It's not as, I don't think, nice as the BMW iX, but I've said this before, that's hands down the best audio system I've ever heard in a car. This is very nice though. Another option down here is the aluminum foot pedals. I think they come with some type of aluminum, but I don't know, that was an additional cost. I think this is part, oh yeah, that's right. That's why I got the leather dash, is because I did the extended leather package, which I think brings a ton of leather out to the door panels and down here, as well as like right here and stuff. Oh yeah, and ambient lighting, see that? That was an option. And then there's something called an ionizer. What that does is just, it puts in like an air freshener in your car. It's a couple $100. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. They do actually work. They smell nice, but these things smell nice just right off the factory. I did have it tinted already too. Look at that. It looks really dark. 20%, so you can see through it, but you know, come at like this angle, that looks pretty dark. That's about it, guys. I know I missed some options. This one, it being almost identical to my last one, surprisingly was, I mean, inflation was about, I got a discount on my last one. For a while there, I was getting like 2.5% to 3% off brand new Porsches. It was crazy. This one I paid this one I paid sticker. With that being said, I think this one almost being identical, like 20,000 more, some crazy 25,000, something like that. And the only difference is, again, that little triangle. I don't think I had the noise insulating glass on my last one, because that's either a couple hundred, a couple $1,000 increase. It's a nice car. It's a nice build. I just love Porsches, especially the 911. I almost forgot the Sport Chrono package. I showed you the yellow tack, and I showed you the yellow clock in the middle. That's also an option. I got my eye on so many more cars. This lit a fire. I do this all the time. I'm totally happy with what I got. Don't get me wrong, but this totally lit a fire. I want to get another car too that's in that upper level, I guess is the right word to say, that supercar. You know, the Dark Horse is great, the M4 is great, but they're not, none of them turbo great. And when I'm I'll just share with you guys a little bit some of my list. You know, I want to get a GT3, I want to get a 3RS, I want to get the new Super Snake from Shelby. That's not at this caliber, but you know, it's badass, just like the GT500. I had my name on a Huracan slot a couple years back. I hinted at that in a video about a year ago. That would have been here by now, but that dealership went dark on me. I don't get it. I never gave them a deposit, and I was in the process of giving them one, and they just went away. So I want to get a Huracan. I want to get that new Vantage because I missed my old one, and the new one is like so much nicer. I don't know. You guys can stay tuned videos because something's going to happen. I'm sure you guys know me. Once I got my mindset on something usually happens. Okay, y'all, I'm going to end this one here. Let me know what you think of the 992. As always, I do appreciate watching. Have a great Memorial Day, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.